he normally plays Ice Climbers and DDD. So for doubles, I'm probably expecting DDD. We'll see what happens.
With Donkey Kong, how because I'm playing against Ook in singles overall, and tried to do a little research on him so I would have some semblance of an idea what I'm up against. Looks like he plays exclusively Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if Ook playing any other characters.
Yeah, so like, how dangerous can Donkey Kong really be in this game? Because the videos I've seen of just competitive brawl in general, trying to get a better idea of like who's who in the scene, I don't see Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well,
except
Donkey
for this
Kong
guy.
is a kind of a niche character. He's really high risk, high reward. He has a bunch of moves that can really end a stock.
He's got 3 spikes.
Not only just the 3 spikes, but just in terms of raw KO power. Like, you shouldn't really be getting hit by forward smash too often, but the down smash is extremely, extremely punishing. It can kill Meta Knight as early as, say, 94%. And it can, and he also has a charge punch, which a 7 wine can kill you like as low as 60, depending on where you are. And of course, the fully charged Giant Punch has super armor on it as well. So Donkey Kong is one of those characters where it's like, if you don't know what you're doing against him, you can end up taking a lot of damage. He also has surprisingly high mobility for such a heavyweight character, and pretty long range. So,
and if he grounds you with that side beam,
smash, you should break out before he gets any solid punishments.
I don't know. I mean, I
smash really fast.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because, well, like I saw, like I mentioned, Ook. I was looking at some videos of Ook, and I can't remember who he was up against, but he would bury the guy, and every single time he did, it looked like it was a guaranteed, forward smash on him.
Definitely forward smash not guaranteed. Down smash is kind of forward smash takes way too long, but like down smash you can get most of the time if especially if your opponent's not expecting to get hit by it. But most attacks, especially forward smash, you can just mash really fast. You'll pop out of it before he's able to forward smash you.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. And just for all of you that don't know, when you mash, every input counts. So directional inputs on your joystick, on your C-stick, and mashing buttons all count. So just mash everything. And the match is underway right now. We've got the red team immediately losing stage control. Donkey Kong on that platform and getting zoned out by Meta Knight. And it looks like QB will be playing Meta Knight. Not very surprising, having one Meta Knight on each team. Pretty beneficial. QB taking his time trying to find his way in on Will. Now Will is really well known for living to really long percents. He hates dying below 200. He literally gets mad every time he gets hit. He hates it. So let's see if QB and PD are able to capitalize on that. PD and Will are actually from the same region and practice together kind of frequently, or at least they used to. So
hold on, DK.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate they had to be paired up against each other in round 1. QB playing the matchup correctly and using Mach Tornado to really punish Donkey Kong, who doesn't have any options to really stop it unless he's a bit further away, in case he's able to have enough time to space out a tilt. Both an angled up forward tilt or an up tilt at the correct angle will break through a Mach Tornado.
DK's barely had enough time to even charge up that punch.
Yeah. Now you can see that QB doesn't really know the Donkey Kong matchup that well. He knows to exploit Tornado, but he tried to use a down air on the back of Will's shield, and anybody who has Donkey Kong experience knows that you really want to stay wary of Donkey Kong's back air. So you can see he has a little bit of holes in the matchup knowledge here. But let's see if his Meta Knight skills will be able to carry him through.
Donkey Kong blocks Wario's fart, says no. I am the smellier of the two of us.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's able to take out Meta Knight's stock on that. So QB dropping a stock. But Jtails also struggling to hold on to those stocks. Let's see if Jtails can manage to play a little bit safer.
Had to use it up B to get out of Meta Knight's range, but taken out by Wario there. And that was below 200.
I think he'd consider that a successful stock though. If he can keep that up, he definitely has a solid chance of taking this out. PD playing really tanky right now. Very safe options coming out from PD right now. He just wants to hold that tank. He's like, you know what, I have QB on my team. QB, for those of you that don't know, is one of the most prominent players in Japan. Well known for his ice climbers, but as you can see here, still pretty good otherwise. Great mix up there, but as you can see, Will is not going to be taken out so simply. Donkey Kong very heavy, even off that bad DI surviving. What were you saying, Nick?
Oh, just Meta Knight got slammed right into the edge of that stage, like he was trying to hit him off the edge, but ended up not even working out for him still because his teammate took care of him. And there goes Wario.
Oh my gosh, QB getting taken out by that forward air.
Gutsy.
He will have to borrow that stock from the tank that PD was holding.
4 lives against 2. They're going to have to make something crazy happen.
Now 4 lives against 2 is the score right now, but they're not so far behind. Any KOs right now
yeah, I mean,
throw them much closer. The percentage
yeah,
is
they're
not
both
showing a devastating lead.
Definitely in kill percentages here.
PD misses a huge opportunity right there to catch an up air. Very difficult timing. You know, a lot of people wouldn't expect Punishment Divine to be carrying a game, but he's definitely impressing us all right now. Or at least me. I guess I can't talk for the rest of you, but I am impressed. And PD just completely controlling the stage for his partner, allowing QB to apply the pressure he needs to while remaining safe, and just looking for those follow-ups. However, Blue Team doesn't seem to have the coordination necessary to really close this out cleanly. QB just recklessly using Mach Tornado, but he does have great DI there. The stock count is even. However, neither of Red Team is close to dying. The Giant Punch is charged. That armor...
Everything evened up pretty well. I mean, Wario Meta Knight, let's see if they can bring Red Team's damage percentages up some higher. Grammar.
That was almost dire for Will. Getting a team combo set up. Now that was really smart for PD. He farted. He actually, I don't think he was actually expecting to land that fart, but he knew that landing there would be heavily consequential because if Wario gets grabbed, his grab release animation is very laggy, and it would allow Donkey Kong to definitely make a fatal punishment onto him. Wow, tight battle. Everybody at high percent except for Jtails. Now Jtails, who is leading in terms of, who is trailing.
Woo!
Jtails, who is trailing in terms of health. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm so hyped. Can't even commentate the match. Jtails, who was trailing in terms of health, actually has the most health now, and Will, who is known for his tanking, is the first out. And QB is
gonna have to play patiently here.
Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. That was not intentional. And that was not the punish I would have chosen. Neutral air was the correct option.
Works out for Jay.
Oh my gosh. QB clutches it out.
Ended up being a much tighter game than it looked like it was going to be.
In quite a humorous manner.
Good stuff.
Yeah, excellent. And already we can see the amount of hype we have for this tournament. If you take a look at the player cam, standing behind the players, you can actually see Allies there. Kieran Blaze is there.
Which one's Ally?
Nairo's there. Ally there, the Canadian player. In the leather jacket.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need
Nairo's
to talk to that guy.
leaning on the chair right now. Ally's leaning down, giving tips to Will. Right now, everyone is gunning for the Japanese. They have dominated Apex for the last 2 events, and we are trying to take back the trophy, take it back home to America. So right now, everyone's gunning for the Japanese, and it looks like Will and Jtails are getting coaching, even against QB and PD. And Sweetnoko is coming over. He's like, wait a minute, let me throw over my support.
Home field advantage doesn't mean much here, I guess.
Yeah. No, not at all. Well, of course, the Japanese players are well loved amongst most of us. So despite the fact that many of us are rooting for our home players to win, I mean, me personally, my personal desire to win the tournament is, of course, as you all know, ADHD. Very, very, very close to me. And then, you know, after that, it gets hard. I have a lot of love for a lot of the top players, and that even includes some of the Japanese players. Otori, I grew pretty close to last Apex, so I would love to see him do well again. The region's not that important to me.
Nah. Battlefield.
And it looks like game 2 is going to be a run back on Battlefield. Starting positions favoring blue team heavily. So you've got Meta Knight starting on the top platform, which is a huge disadvantage because you really don't want to be starting above your opponent. But it looks like red team managed to negotiate themselves out of that position. Now Will is getting juggled. QB is basically playing really smart, really safe. DK uses an excellently armored up B to get off the platform safely and dealing quite a bit of damage to QB. Meanwhile, Jtails is in a difficult spot, accidentally bounces off the ledge when using Tornado to recover. However, PD accidentally drops his shield early, meaning Jtails will not be punished, and QB getting knocked off the stage. Great aggression from QB coming out to allow Punishment Divine to take over stage control.
Oh no!
Will make it back though. Only a 7% punishment from Punishment Divine. A little unexpected. Great grab there. Uses the down throw. Jtails getting a little bit nervous, rolling right into that forward smash. Red team has complete stage control. Will getting very ballsy. Looking for his frame trap. And Jtails is now holding down the stage. Red team still in stage control. Looking for this gift. Gets a solid KO on Wario. And then that'll be followed up by excellent DI from QB, surviving a glide attack. Oh, and QB is trying to take out Donkey Kong, but he does not quite know how to end Donkey Kong's stock. He's not used to the heavyweight character. PD would have actually been able to successfully edgehog Will had he not grown cold feet and got up off the edge. He was afraid that it would clip him off the edge, but he did have the successful edgehog. And red team holding onto those stocks for dear life, trying to rack up as much % as possible on blue team's second stocks. Will with
missing
some of the best DIs. That heavyweight. That'll do it for sure. Wario's up air is not a move to joke around with. And at the same time, QB takes out Jtails' stock. However, we do have about a 110% lead here. That was looking really scary for Donkey Kong. That down throw into whatever Meta Knight does into a possible fart from PD. We're looking for a throw into fart combo, unless PD just goes in and tries to get it raw. Unfortunately, he tries to follow up off that Mock Tornado, gets way too antsy, just throws away the fart, but it's alright because he'll be able to start charging up a half waft, which will let him KO these characters relatively early, and at this point, they're so far behind that they really do need this KO power.
Will's in charge of that left side.
Unlike last stock, PD's stock is taken out quite early by some bad DI.
Bam!
QB's mix-ups of F tilt 2 to spot dodge to down tilt. Not quite working on Will. That will cost him a fart. Excuse me, a punch. Excellent mix-ups by Will.
Woo!
And Will's looking to end that stock early.
I think everybody loves to see a good spike.
Yeah, for sure.
Finish someone off. As you can hear from the crowd.
It's so devastating when you just lose your stock at such an early %. Jtails trying to poke his way into the blue team, but PD's not having any of that. He will take out that stock. And now Will still at 160%, but as you can see, just like I told you, he hates dying early. Yeah, Will's looking for a tech chase D smash. Wario will be eliminated. And based on the way the stock count's looking right now, it looks like we're gonna go into a game 3. Jtails closes out QB, and now we're going to game 3. Punishment Divine and QB versus Jtails and Will. Any predictions on the upcoming match?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just learning a lot just from listening to you talk. I mean, like I said, I am kind of fresh in the Smash Brothers competitive scene. You know, like, all the stuff to look out for, and so it's like teaching me. Predictions, though. I don't know. Part of me is rooting for the Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
Will. Just because, I mean, I don't see him. It's just neat to see a good Donkey Kong player out there. I feel like it's, from what I have seen, I feel like I've seen a lot of Meta Knights, a lot of Snakes, some Marios, but never like a Donkey Kong.
Yeah, Donkey Kong is definitely a niche character.
I really like watching him play though. I'd like to see him. If I had to pick one, I'd like to say I'd like to see Will and Jay take this. Yeah.
Well, there are my predictions to win the match. From what I've seen of QB's Meta Knight so far, it has a lot of holes. He clearly doesn't main the character, although he's playing it for doubles. And there's just a lot of matchup knowledge he just doesn't have. He's gotten hit by Donkey Kong's Fair 2 times, almost for Great Devastation both times. And he doesn't use Tornado as safely as, you know, some of the higher level Meta Knights. Will, a little bit slow reaction time there. He knew what he was looking for, but he didn't know when the opportunity to take it was. And again, you can just see the lack of matchup knowledge. QB clearly didn't know that that up air was going to hit him from that space on the ledge. He understands juggling, though. A little bit surprised at Jtails' choice of throw. He could have thrown the assist to Donkey Kong, but I guess he was slightly scared of a follow-up from his opponent. However, I'm a little bit surprised to see it does appear that QB is the weak link in the match. He has consistently lost his stocks early, but PD is trying his hardest to carry this through. And QB is not exactly the heaviest partner. He understands up air strings.
None of the motorcycle pieces landed.
And no, not at all. Terrible air dodge into the ground, unfortunately.
And
will cost him the stock.
Oh!
And PD cleverly grabs the edge from Donkey Kong. However, Will's not going to be too upset about that one. He was already at 190. Nice off-the-ground combo. Those Marvel players watching will respect the OTG.
I wasn't looking, and I am playing Marvel at Apex this year.
Yeah, Meta Knight did an up air from a short hop, which enabled him to start a combo on Donkey Kong from the ground.
Oh, I didn't know that hit off the ground.
Yeah, it was actually a tactic originally popularized by Mewtwo King. QB borrows one of PD's stocks, PD tanking really well. But it's going to be very difficult to clutch it out. Will's already shown that each one of his stocks counts for so much, and he's got 2 pretty healthy stocks remaining. Meanwhile, PD is almost done with, and Will has shown that he can outplay QB in most situations.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah. Fortunately for PD, Wario's a heavy character, but Donkey Kong does have that kill power. And Meta Knight's down smash will take him out. Now it's QB against Will and Jtails. QB trying to show us a few tricks.
They're already taunting. They're already feeling good about this. Just let Donkey Kong take care of it.
QB trying to figure out which options are the right ones. And he has not seemed to figure out that F-tilt is his friend yet. But he does favor spot dodge. Nice forward throw. That will take out both opponents temporarily. That'll close it out. Will and Jtails will advance to winners round 2. And PD and QB are knocked into the loser's bracket.
I predicted
Good games
right.
to them all.
I predicted right. I don't know.
You have predicted correctly.